My parents spent $47,000 to create me, just for spare parts. Have you ever felt like you weren't born to live, but to save someone else? My brother was just 4 when he was diagnosed with leukemia. A year later, I was born, not by chance, but by design. My baby book wasn't filled with first steps or first words. Instead, it began with cord blood extractions and a bone marrow procedure at 6 months old. There's a photo from that day. My mother's arms wrapped around Alex, my father's hand signing forms, and me, alone, already forgotten. I knew my blood type before I ever knew my colors. O negative, CMV negative, a perfect match. At the children's hospital, they called me their littlest hero. I had a chair with my name on it. They drained 8 vials of blood a day, 2 calendars in our kitchen, Alex's treatments and my donations, aligned like clockwork. When his platelets crashed, they injected me to make more. When he needed stem cells, my body was forced to produce them until my bones ached so badly I slept on cold tile floors. My mother stepped over me on her way to fetch his medicine. Other kids had birthday parties. Mine were celebrated in hospital rooms, a single cupcake placed beside the needle in my arm. He ate the frosting while I was still hooked to the machine. School came second. Childhood didn't come at all. When I tried Little League, the coach questioned my bruises. They weren't from games. They were from IV lines. My mother pulled me out. What if Alex needed me? She asked. What if I wasn't ready? Alex joked that I couldn't catch anyway, while he thrived on his baseball team. That's when I realized I wasn't a person. I was spare inventory. Even after remission, they harvested me just in case. When I discovered the IVF records at 14, the truth hit harder than any injection. 8 embryos created, only 1 chosen, for compatibility. They had paid Fasaevs $47,000 to manufacture me. The Save Your Sibling checklist was complete, except for 1 box, psychological support for the donor child. And when I read Alex's diary, my last hope broke. Had to watch Sam donate again today. Glad I'm not him. He knew. And he didn't care. My parents made him feasts after every procedure. I got saltine crackers. He flashed his good blood counts like trophies, while I lay pale in recovery. By high school, I counted every scar. 63 blood draws, 19 marrow harvests, 7 stem cell collections, 3 gallons of marrow, 14 gallons of blood, all before 16. When MIT offered me a full scholarship, my parents only smiled because they believed it meant I could design better treatments for Alex. He laughed that I finally had a purpose beyond being harvested. That was the moment I stopped being their victim. I began recording everything. Every forged signature, every cruel remark. I built my case in silence. On Alex's birthday, while they celebrated, I walked into court with 3 attorneys. Charges of medical battery, child endangerment, fraud, even human trafficking. Evidence sealed their fate. Doctors lost their licenses. My parents were ruined. $8 million in damages. Alex's college fund seized. And when he relapsed during the trial, the hospital called me, begging. I was still his only perfect match, but this time I said no. Insurance found a partial donor. His recovery was brutal, filled with complications. I moved on. Johns Hopkins accepted me for medical school. I chose pediatric oncology. Not for Alex, not for my parents, but for children who deserved a life they never let me have. Because I was never their daughter. I was their cure. And in the end, I refused to save them. I wasn't born to live for him. I was born to finally live for me.